All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Quadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And this the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, it should be some fairly quick. But as you see the hot news with the guy brother Polight, which have been a long time scoffer, not just to Great Millstone, but to the whole Hebrew Israelite movement. In which he's the main one, right? Who pushed that those lies and slander upon the apostles and elders, and which triggered down even to us the body of Great Millstone, on how we, supposedly rapists and, with little children and so on and so forth, And look, that stuff went viral. And so to this day, you have people who call members of Great Millstone rapists or PEDO files because of this man's actions, him and Sinetta, So I won't be surprised if something happened to Sinetta soon, But not just them two, but again, all those who come against this ministry, man. Now, I know I got in the title, the prophets, but it ain't just about coming against the prophets. Because when you come against the prophets, indirectly or directly, however you want to take it, you coming against Yahweh Shai. And if you coming against Yahweh Shai, right, you coming against the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. And therefore, you bringing judgment on yourself. Whether it happened a day of, or just like Polight, it happened years later. Matter of fact, let's start with that in Ecclesiastes, because that's what happened to him, man. Right? He thought he was good. He thought he could just scoff, make money, so on and so forth. That judgment was never gonna come. Shoot up the Bible. He had videos. He went to the gun range, shot up the Bible, so on and so forth. When the times in the whole is what I want to get to in this lesson is that judgment is coming for everybody who come against the gospel, man. Whether it be specifically against the Lord men, whether it be against what we teaching, you see? Whatever it may be, judgment is coming. Shit, it really is here. But real quick, this Ecclesiastes, and again, this shouldn't be nothing drawn out alone, but let me try to find this real quick. Ecclesiastes 8:11, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, it says the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So the scripture says because judgment might not come right. Man, Salakia, let me know if y'all can still hear me. Fucking talking about it's too hot or whatever. The phone overheated, but I got fucking air on and everything, man. Salakia. We gonna keep it rolling though. You see? But going back to what I was saying again, because sentence against an evil work didn't happen quick to Brother Polight, he got proud in his wickedness, man. And now look at him. And then the same thing he accused, or the same evil that he accused men of doing, he himself was doing it. You see? Now, ultimately, again, it ain't just the prophets, but it's the ministry in a whole, man. And that's set and written in the scriptures. And Lord willing, I get some of these things that, look, if you don't agree with what we saying, if you're an enemy of the gospel, if you got a problem with it, you gonna die or get judged in your belief or in your wickedness, man. And it's just the beginning of seeing people who may have came against Great Millstone, or not just Great Millstone, but the message we teach. Right? But let's snag this real quick. This Psalms chapter 105 and verse 15. Like it. This Psalms 105 and 15, it says, if I can find it. It's like in my pages. Oh, stuck. So the Psalms 105 and 15, it says, here we go. Nah, that's not it. 10. All right, here we go now. Bear with me. All right, so the Psalms 105 and 15, it says, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. We're going to read up a little bit on that. All right, let's read up a little bit. So this is Psalms 105, and let's start at 10. And it's going into what the Lord have confirmed unto Jacob. Let's start at 9. It says, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath with Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying unto thee, so this is what the Lord said, saying unto thee, will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. Right? It says, verse 14, he suffered no man to do them wrong, yet he reproved kings for their sakes, going into the Most High, on what he did for the nation of Israel. Right? How he gave our forefathers a covenant, how he gave us the land of Canaan, which is our lot. Let's read it. It says, verse 13, and when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another, talking about the Israelites, he suffered no man to do them wrong, yet he reproved kings for their sakes. And it's the point, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm, man. So that's out the word of the out the mouth of the Lord. He went into how he blessed and chose the nation of Israel as his people. And in saying all that, he said, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm, man. And harm could come in many ways. Because look, nowadays, since we seeing the word going out mainly on YouTube, on the internet, harm could come through people doing videos, scoffing. Harm could come through, like you had IUIC, you know, back in the you know, in the past, calling elders jobs, brothers jobs, to try to get them fired, right? Getting brothers businesses shut down. You don't think judgment coming back to them people as well who did all that? Who harmed the Lord prophets, the servants who he sent out into the world to feed his sheep? And then in the process of his servants feeding the sheep, you coming in between the work. By way of, I think it's a scripture somewhere. I'm paraphrasing, I might be thinking of more than one. It slipped my mind, but anyway, not our forehead against Jake's forehead. I think Paul said about how they make our life harder than already what it is. You see? So we gonna see even more judgment coming to people who scoffed in the past. Look at Raptor News. Remember Raptor News? He was doing all that scoffing, right? Was made infamous. And then the Lord what? Took him out. You see? Oh, that's made me think of Elisha. I might have to get that account. With the prophet Elisha, you had little children scoffing against Elisha, talking shit about him. And what Elisha did, he threw up a curse on him, and the Most High sent 2 bears and ripped them little children apart, man. And that's just one example on a man of the Lord may, you know, feel played for something and throw a curse up on somebody, man. And the Lord can hit that. But let's read this again. So this is what the Lord says, Psalms 105 and verse 15, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm, man. And again, we have been seeing people do the prophets harm. Shit. Back then, they used to put the prophets to death. You know, but now that's not allowed. So, and look, we ain't in a time for the prophets to lose or just be put to death in a large number like the days of old, man. The Lord gonna allow us to get that victory. Not just over Esau, not just over the world, but over these niggas too. Even 2/3 of our own people who scoff. Unbelievers of our own people who come up against the doctrine, man. So this is just one example of, you know, a scoffer receiving their reward. So, brother Polight, like the apostle said, I seen the Yashawama video, brothers been lighting them up. But this man go die in jail. He go be in there until the missiles come. Think about that. He go be in there, however it be, till the missiles come, or when Jacob's trouble, whatever happens, man. But the Lord had him, like I said, to deceive and to deceive all his. He fell right into that trap that he made to try to set the prophets up, getting the Crips and the Bloods, and to come against Great Millstone just because it's a law on grape in the scriptures. Now look what happened to him, man. So let's read that one more time. Psalms 105 and 15, saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm. I'm gonna move on. Let's get this real quick in Romans 8. Because again, everything we saying, it ain't of our words. It's not like we out here doing, right, what they trying to pin on us to do. We just speaking the Lord's words, and that's what's going to justify us. No Brother Polight lawyer wasn't able to justify him because he was in the wrong. No member of Great Millstone out here going around and like the woman said about him, the mother, right, drugging women, and she came back with bruises and shaking and scared, took the phone. All we did is say it's a law. If you grape somebody, this the law on it. If she married, then this what gotta happen. If she unmarried, then this what gotta happen. And they took that and spun that to use to what? Demonize the prophets. Now look what happened. What he tried to pin on Great Millstone, you know, or those who teach the likewise doctrine, which is the truth, it fell right back on him, man. And I think that's in Deuteronomy 19. Elder Yashawamba brought out on his lesson how is in the law, if you accuse somebody for something they ain't do, then if he found out that you was lying, then you got to go through that same judgment that what you was trying to accuse them of, man. So that's what we talking about. That's what happened. And again, this is just one example. We get into the time of judgment. Ain't gonna be no more talking, doing response videos, and just gotta throw up curses on people and just wait until it happens. The Lord gonna start avenging his elect. So let's get this real quick in Romans 8. It's like my voice going out a little bit from camp yesterday, but it's Romans 8. Because the Lord gonna justify his, man. Because why? We speaking his truth. But real quick, this is Romans chapter 8, and I'm gonna start at verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them that are called according to his purpose. Verse 30, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. So the ones who the Lord called to this ministry, first and foremost through Yahweh blood, and by doing this work and standing stiffly for this truth, the Lord said he gonna justify us, man. You know, let's read on. It says, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. And what shall we say to these things? If the Most High be for us, then who can be against us? Come on, man. If the Most High be for us, then who can be against us? Brother Polight is a great example on who can be against us. All these different doctrines and, you know, rumors and lies and slander that be put on Great Millstone. The Lord got us continuing doing the work. And at the end of the day, when judgment come, who really gonna be justified? Who gonna be justified, man? The ones who was speaking this truth. The ones who was doing this work. The ones who believed in Yahweh Shai. That's the ones who will be justified. So it says, what shall we say then to these things? If the Most High be for us, then who could be against us? Verse 33, and who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth, man. And that's why we rather our power take the will. You know, they say, Jesus take the will. you know, they say, Jesus take the will. Well, that's why we rather Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai take the will. Because he can make the judgment that much more worse than what we can. You know, he can play it out that much more better than what we can, man. Catch a man slipping. And that's what happened to Brother Polight. He thought he was off. The Lord had his number called. So how much more all these scoffers, man? You even go have some who the Lord go allow to endure through Jacob's trouble. Yes, a lot of wicked people will have to endure because they got to eat them missiles. But the Lord gonna let people get off from here on out, thinking they gonna be saved. Like it said in Sirach 36, that those who escape shall be consumed by the rage of the fire. So anyway it goes, these people go get judged regardless whether they came against this truth. Because if you come against the truth, you have to be coming against those who speaking it, which are the prophets. And as Yahweh Shai said, if they come against the prophets, they coming against him. And if you come against him, you coming against the Most High, man. That's the seriousness of this. It ain't just men on the highways and hedges. That's what people see. That's why the scripture says they see, but they see not. They hear, but they hear not. They don't really understand that. Look, the same men of old, the famous men of old, right? The prophets of old that these people, you know, read in their Bibles today, these men are back. And look what happened. I'm gonna have to get that example with Elisha real quick. Look what happened when people offended the Lord's prophets back then. You see? Or came against the gospel back then. The Lord showed by way of who he was dealing with, by way of judgments, man. you know? And that's the time we in. So again, it says, and the Lord gonna protect his. So it says, Romans 8:33, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justify. So even if you try to pin stuff on us that we ain't even doing, it ain't up to no judge of this world, right? No prosecutor of this world, because the Most High work on their minds. So what people try to pin against us is going to be found to be false. But what we talking about going to be found to be the truth at the end of the day. Let me get Romans 3 real quick, and I'm going to get that account with Elisha, since I had mentioned it. Just to show, look, if a prophet feel played and throw a curse on you, the Lord going to very well hear that, man. Or should I say could very well hear it if it's according to his will to do something. Because we might at times want people to get judged instantly. But the Lord don't want that. Because say if the Lord judge a man instantly, you know, we hear he getting a wreck, we all excited. But really, if we would have let time play out, the Lord would have got him worse than what we had in mind. You see? But let's get this real quick. This Romans 3, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? So who cares if people don't agree with what we saying? Should that make the words that's in this book not true? The law that we bring out, the grape law, since we talking about this topic, right? Should that be not true? Just because people may get offended? Because they mind in this modern society that they don't understand it's just a law that was written in ancient times that will benefit the world, even if it was still in place today. So just because you don't believe what the prophet's saying, it says, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? It says the Most High forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Brother Polight, you ain't overcome when you was judged, because you wasn't speaking the Most High words about this topic. You see? But now we see that what? This is proof that the Most High is justifying what great millstone have been saying. Starting with the Apostle Tahar, the Apostle Gabar, the Apostle Rahah, and the Apostle Ramlah, man, and the bishops in Connecticut and the rest of the elders, man. But those men, the apostles and the elders, was on the video, face up, they're on the forefront when this all happened. And they got the brunt of the shame, of the jokes and the laughter, right? And the slander. But now it's being found out, these men were just bringing out a law that was written in this book, which everybody seemed to love, right? This is the #1 selling book. Everybody had a problem with it. But look, the prophets are going to find out to be justified when these things happen, man. That's why Ezekiel 33:33 was written. When these things come to pass, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. When judgment start coming to pass on known scoffers, then people gonna know. When judgment start coming on heads of other camps, then people gonna know. When times get hard, no other camps got answers, no other doctrine or belief got answers, then people gonna know who the real prophets are. So we coming into the next stage of prophecy to where, look, it ain't gonna just be a scoffer typing on a keyboard all day, every day, and then he just disappeared, nothing happened to him, and, you know, that's it. A lot of judgments will be on the forefront, man. You had Korah, Dathan, and Abiram who tried to come against Moses, the men who were set up, and the Lord brought their judgment out on the forefront. So much so, Moses said, if the Lord don't kill these men in a drastic way, roughly paraphrasing, and he do it in a regular way, then I ain't a prophet. So Moses is saying the Lord gonna kill these men and let it be known that it was the work of the Lord. And he opened up the ground and swallowed him and his company. You see? Ezekiel 9 saying when judgment come, he gonna start at the heads. The modern day heads of the church or elders or the camps. You know? So we're in that time to see who gonna be justified and who not gonna be justified. And what's the way to be justified? First and foremost, that the blood of Yahweh cover you, or cover us, shall I say, because that's our hope. And what? By the words we speaking, man. By the words we speaking. But let's move on. I do want to get that account with Elisha just to show, look, if a prophet ever feel played and he want to go ahead and throw a curse up on you, man, look, the Lord can act on that. You don't think Brother Polight had buku curses thrown up on him throughout these couple years? Right? You don't think a lot of these other scoffers, whether it was on a comment board or you doing a response video, you don't think brothers may have put curses up if they was offended? Like the Lord don't hear that, man. But let's get an example of a former prophet, right? Feeling some type of way on how these children was talking about him. You know? This is 2 Kings. This 2 Kings chapter 2. Now this dealing with Elisha. I'm gonna get straight to the point. So this is 2 Kings 2. And yeah, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse 22, 2 Kings 2 and 22, it says, so the waters were healed unto this day, according to the sayings of Elisha, which he spake. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. So this Elisha, he on the move, right? It says, so he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going by the way, there came forth little children out of the city. So as Elisha walking, right? Now, mind you, this man minding his business, out there just doing the work of the Lord, prophesying, right? You know, going to and fro, taking care of business, man, for the Lord. Now you had these children came out of nowhere and about to start, you know, excuse my language, but effing with Elisha. You see? Now let's see what happens. It says, and as he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him. You see that? They mocked him and mocked him and said unto him, go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. So Elisha, now, you know, to extrapolate, he probably had a receding hairline. You know, the you know, Salaki to Elisha, but he probably had the George Jefferson. You see? You know, probably had, who knows? But they was trying to clown him. And you know that, look, it was little Jake children, little niggas. You know, little niggas, man. And you know, Jake, when they clown, they don't be showing no mercy, right? So they was talking shit to Elisha, talking about, get out of here, bald head. Oh, you know, get out of here, bald head. No, who knows what else they was saying? But I mind you, they ain't know who they was talking to. Look, it seemed like a regular man, but they ain't know who they was talking to. Now, this is nothing to big up the, you know, us as what we hope to be the prophets, because we want to endure, man. You know, so there's nothing to big us up because it's all showing the power of the Lord, though. That's the point. That's the point. The Lord's servants. It ain't just regular men that people think they laughing at, scoffing against, talking shit to, cutting off in traffic, right? Disrespecting in the world. Like the brother Yakanan out here in the Houston camp, he was telling me, you know, he was, you know, trying to, you know, get on the bus the other day, and a woman looked at him, just closed the shit in his face and just looked at him. People don't understand, come on, man, that everybody ain't just a regular civilian. This is not just for the prophets either. This is for the believers out there. Whether it's women, you know, children of the elect, brothers out there, if you a man and you not a prophet, you a believer or help, this for y'all too. The Lord look at all his elect. He says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. All the anointed, of course, in this time is the Israel, the Most High, the elect, man. So the Lord gonna pay everybody back who offend his elect in this time. Well, that's what Yahushua said. It'll be better for you for a millstone. And what? Then he said a millstone. But it'll be better for you if a millstone be hung around your neck and you be drawn into the sea than to offend one of these little ones. Now let's continue reading about Elisha, man, to see what happens if one of the Lord's sheep is offended. So this is 2 Kings 2 and verse 23. It says, and he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And that's what Elisha did. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of Yahweh. He threw a curse. And mind you, it was little children. No mercy. He ain't, look, why Elisha felt played. He cursed little children, yes, and it was in the name of Yahweh, man. How much more a brother Polight? You see? And scoffers today, men who talk big shit about Yahushua. You know? Judgment gonna come, man. And look, and now is. And now is. But Elisha right here, he felt played. And it says, and he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of Yahweh. And what the Lord did he fuss at Elisha? Let's see what the Lord did. And there came forth 2 she-bears, 2 big-ass bears, out of the woods, and tore 42 children of them. Killed 42 children because Elisha fell plague. The Lord killed 42 children because one of his prophets was offended. Come on, man. And look, they ain't even try to throw allegations on Elisha to get him, locked up, to get him fired from his job. How much more are those offenses? That's what people doing today. So what you think we about to see a lot of these scoffers go through, man? Remember, when the Lord brings judgment to false prophets, to scoffers, he usually do it in the open so we can know about it. So we can know about it, man. But let's move on to 2 Thessalonians. I wind it down. Brother just called me. But this 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 real quick. And man, if it's a brother on the comment board, I don't know if it's just sisters on that, but if it's a brother on the comment board, I want one more precept. Revelation 18 and 20, but in the NLT version. NLT version, Revelation 18 and 20 in the NLT. If it's a brother on the comment board, Baba Kasha. If not, it's all good. But let's move on. This 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6, straight to the point. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. To them that trouble us, man. It said it is a righteous thing to the Most High. He ain't got a problem with it. To recompense tribulation to them that trouble us, harm us, offend us. The Most High gonna for sure pay them back, man. They ain't gonna get off. And we got an example of that today. But it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And to you who are troubled, rest with us. When the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels in flaming fire, taking vengeance, check it out, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh. So payback coming one way or another. You don't obey the Most High, his gospel, and if you don't obey the words, then clearly you don't, I don't want to say obey. It ain't like you got to obey no prophet, which, hey, I don't know. You might have to sometimes because, hey, the Lord did say whatever prophets permit on earth is going to be permitted in heaven, So what men speak on earth, the Lord accepting that in heaven. What men say or reject on earth, the Lord said he gonna reject that in the heavens. Just to show, look, man, you got some important men on the earth. We might not know who we dealing with, and Polight had to find out the hard way. You don't think he sitting in that cell thinking about Great Millstone or the apostles or that video he put up that day? You don't think he, know people doing lessons on him? Right now, he know all that, man. So the Lord said he gonna recompense him back. Let me get one more. This is Sirach 25. And if I don't get that, Revelation 18 is all good. I wanted that because it says it goes into Revelation 18 and 20 in the NLT. And again, if a brother on the comment board, it might be our sisters, but it says how the Lord, how he gonna destroy Babylon all for the apostles and the prophets' sake. For their sake, man. So how much more just regular everyday scoffers and shit like that? Now, he ain't gonna just destroy, Babylon for our sake, but I just want to get that point for the context of the lesson. Because America need to be taken out for many different ways. Or should I say for many different reasons. But real quick, this is Sirach 25 and 7. It says, there will be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. So these are some of the things that the Lord count a man happy for. It says, a man that have joy of his children, that's one. It says, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. Come on. Come on. Now look at the men who been doing this when Polight came around. The apostles at that time. They still here to witness this man get judged. You see? Brothers still here to witness this man get judged, man. How much more as we get closer to the end? That's why I understand why the Lord says some of us gonna laugh, right? and rejoice in that day, because these same people we seen scoffing and talking shit, we gonna be seeing them go through it in that day, man. Just like they laugh at us now for doing what we do. Well, when they go through it, we gonna laugh at them, man. It's gonna be no mercy shown because they ain't trying to show mercy now. And again, look at what happened when a prophet failed play. Just look at Elisha. He cursed 42 children and the Most High killed them with 2 baths because one of his prophets felt played. Come on, man. But it's Sirach 25:7 again. There it is. The brother posted it. The brother Ashracha Yasha'Allah. I'm going to get it. But let's read this again. Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. And it ain't just for Esau Edom. That's him mainly, but even individuals, you know, individuals, man. Everybody always want the prophets to be put to death, want the prophets to shut up. Well, lo and behold, we want to see y'all go through it too. And guess who the Lord gonna answer? Here, us, man. Lord willing, we're that number. That's our hope. But whoever the prophets out there is, the elect out there, again, it ain't just the prophets, the whole elect, right? Men who maybe help us, or friends of the prophets, wives, families, children. The Lord gonna have each one of the elect backs. We just gotta hope we are part of that number. But let's take it out on this in Revelation 20. And the water for posting it. Now this is going into the judgment of Babylon. This Revelation. Oh, now I wanted the NLT version. If you don't mind. I don't know if the brother's still on, but the NLT version. Revelation 18 and 20 in the NLT version. Baba Kasha. Baba Kasha. If you don't mind. Give that brother a little minute. But again, man, we're in exciting times. Exciting times. Hey, we ready to see what's gonna happen next. All right? Who is gonna be next? You see? Like that with that Dancing Harry commercial. Who's next? Right, that's what we want to see. Because look, the Lord about to start calling people number, man. Right? Matter of fact, I can start moving on my way. I just wait till the brother post it up. You know, since I ain't got to read on my sword no more. You know? But again, Ezekiel 33 and 33, it says, then shall they know that prophets have been among them. Let's go be found out that what we were saying all along was true, man. Whether people accepted it, believed it or not. That's why, again, I got earlier said that thou mightest be justified in the Lord's sayings. Because everything we saying is what he said. But the water, let me put my seatbelt on. The water, I got it. This is Revelation 18 and 20 real quick. It says, now they just wanted to describe an America's judgment, Babylon the Great. Now it says, rejoice over her fate, O heavens, and people of God. Who is that? The elect. It says, and apostles and prophets. Why? For at last the Most High has judged her for your sakes. Come on, man. That's to show how important the elect are in the sight of the Lord. That for one of the reasons he gonna take out America is for our sake, man. Because we signed in crime, because we feel played here, because we hated her. Well, he gonna help us out, man, and come get us. Let's read that one more time and I end it. And the water again, Revelation 18 and 20, it says in the NLT, rejoice over her fate, O heaven and people of God, and apostles and prophets, for at last the Most High has judged her for your sakes, man. Man, that's amazing. Judge her for our sakes, man. You see, so the Lord considering us. Don't think he not considering us or seeing what we go through. He's seeing it. You see, he definitely seeing it, man. He definitely go act on it too. That's why Yahweh said, shall he not avenge his own elect, which cry unto him day and night? He gonna hear us, man. Whether it's, just our people scoffing, or actually Esau coming down with great wrath, the Lord gonna have our back, man. But I'm gonna end it right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakwadashe, and double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. Hey, keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. We're gonna see more scoffers, and as we see more scoffers, we're gonna see more judgments. And with that, shalom.